Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer, and this is The Road to the Record, where I work to achieve mastery of 10 games in a hunt for the best score in the Decathlon. If you'd like to see, remember that like button. You want to see more? Hit subscribe. Let the games begin. This is Pro Cycling Manager 2019 Career Mode episode number 30. It's finally the signing period. First, though, contract for next year. We have a chance to renew with Facebook, and of course, we're looking at a big increase as we've got max sponsor confidence after the lovely national championships boosted us. So we're looking at a possible $125,000, or looky here. That one didn't go so well. The jersey's not there, not present, and it's less money, so I wouldn't necessarily be looking forward to that one. But we could actually become Team Sky, apparently, which, of course, in terms of UK riders, I don't think I have any. It would be a slight increase from where we're at, and a slight increase in the maximum amount of money, and there's certainly better riders in the UK than the US has at its disposal, and that is actually really tempting. And it lists the important territories now, and it didn't do that previously. So, yeah, that is super tempting. It's only plus 4,000, and the max is only slightly more. I mean, 10 to 20,000 more. But then I have to change the whole makeup of the team in terms of the riders I have, and I'm not prepped for that at all. So as tempted as I am to become Team Sky, and of course Sky left the sponsorship world and Ineos took over, so we'd be making ourselves into the most famous team, and I like that jersey. It's a good looking jersey. It's better looking than our jersey. No, you know what? No, not at this time. I'm going to stick with Facebook. We have the high earning potential. There's a lot of growth still possible with this team, and we're not talking about a sudden significant change. Chump change is the difference. So let's go ahead and extend. And there you go. Achievement. Yay. Whoop, whoop. Okay. That handles one big thing. But it's time. We're moving into contract signing for riders. One more day. First up, though, we're going to have the Tour Alsace. And it's going to open with a quick prologue. It's not a major race. It's not an objective. So we'll just get short cut scenes of it. But there you go. Before we get into that, one more quick thing. Here's the riders at the end of their contract with the team. Remember, as a custom team, we pick up all these contracts. Only 4 riders were signed on for next season. McNulty, Narvaez, Cassart. Everybody else is on an expiring contract. So we actually have our hands full. And as a current continental team, even though we have a large budget, as a current continental team, we're not looked at favorably. Not in a natural way. Low-rated riders are all about joining us. Moderate-leveled riders are all kind of like, eh. And any top-tier riders are all just like, yeah, right? Who's this? No. Why would I go to a continental team? So our profile is quite small. Budget, not so small, but this could be a tricky signing period coming up. Next piece of business, though, the Tour de France has just wrapped up a couple days ago. And the final stage at the Champs-Élysées, Arnaud Demar has won it for Group AMA FDJ. Fernando Gaviria and Caleb Ewan were the top 3 on the final stage. But in the overall, once again, it is Geraint Thomas who has come out on top, ahead of teammate Chris Froome, And then Tom DeMoulin for Team Sunweb has claimed 3rd place. That's your podium. Go and clear that out, and we'll get into the prologue. So it turns out that this is a team time trial, and of course it's only a prologue. It's 5 kilometers. So this is going to be tricky. As we set off, everyone's preset to the 10 seconds. Let's see who are our better prologuers. Bennett, Cantor are exactly the same. McNulty is definitely a stronger one. Let's add a couple seconds to time. He's on the front. Koos is the same. Brian is the one who is way off that pace. So he's going to take just a quick turn, maybe 4 seconds. And I think that'll be the only adjustment. I don't want McNulty to get worn out, so we'll keep an eye on him. If he can go longer, we'll push him longer on his second turn. So let's go ahead and ride on board with McNulty, who, between him and Koos, would be kind of our favorites on the day. Matich, the quickest so far with a 6:53, first 3 teams having crossed the line. So Banajek a little tired, but recovering. McNulty, oh yeah, he's okay. He's okay. He's okay. He's going to get us most of the way there. Okay, peels off just in time. That's good. That's good, except for it's going to put him at the back of the team. Hey, there you go. Top so far, and we weren't even on the list of 10 favorites. So with McNulty doing the pole for about half the distance, that set us up pretty well, even ahead of Cofidis at this point. So far, so good. I don't think we'll hold that lead, as none of these guys were necessarily great time trialists or prologuers. But we're ahead of 8 teams so far. 9 teams. Arceus Amsic coming 2 seconds down. Direct Energy 6 seconds down. Will this hold? All 14 teams behind us. I don't think I've ever won a team time trial. And this certainly wouldn't have been the team to do it, but it looks like it was the team to do it. Came with another achievement. That's back-to-back achievements for us, just in the first couple minutes of this episode. Nice. 2 seconds. It's not a major victory by any means, but that is a victory, and we open with the race lead. Sepp Koos, Brian, Banachek, Cantor, McNulty, all on the same time. That's all 5 riders, and I only brought 5 riders to this. So that's the somewhat surprising part to this was, well, there's only 5 riders here. We did not come out with a full contingency of riders in this one, and yet there you go. All 5 in the young rider classification. So we'll have a whole slew of jerseys to open up our account with. Arceus Amsic on countback, rounded up to 3 seconds. Cofidis holds at 2 seconds. Confirmation of the extension. CCC looking to have a larger budget. Which would be good for them, because from BMC to CCC they actually had a big decrease in budget, as at least that's what I heard. It is time. Transfer market is opening. We'll get to that in just a second. Now at the heart of the matter, because you could make firm contract offers. You can see the final state of the dossiers on the dossiers page. Carefully choose those riders that we are going to contact, because each one of our talks can cost points that will be spent whatever the outcome. And now also projection for promotion relegation. It is firm today that we calculate a daily projection of the team index rankings that will serve to designate the 18 teams of the World Tour Division 24 of Continental Pro. Now, right now, we are definitely projected Continental with only 4 riders signed. So let's start with that quick glance. we'll see those rankings. And at the moment, Quick Step already 4.5 stars for next season, as everybody's all signed up and ready to go. Now, based purely on who signed up for next year, Direct Energy could potentially make the jump. Confidence as well. And we have a couple World Tour teams looking the other direction, Dimension Data and CCC. But with an interesting budget, I would imagine they'll get some riders signed up that will boost them back up. And you can see we are nowhere near anything. We're actually at 1 star with the 4 riders that we have. Of course, McNulty, Narvaez, and Ooms help give us a little bit of quality, but that is definitely on the low end, and it looks like all these guys have literally nothing right now. Rally, no stars. Novo Nordisk, yeah, that's normal. That always happens in game. Okay, so let's get to it. That's our promotion, relegation, and now it's the opening of the transfer market. Let's go to the dossiers first. We'll get our final account on where everyone is. Mateo Trenton up to 50%. Mataway not changed. Philipson up to 50%. Evenepoel up to 66. It's not great, but it's decent. Max Cantor's not changing. He stays at 21%, so he's really not interested in joining us. Rainer Lukic. I didn't spend any points on you, did I? That, I think, was my what? Was this the guy that I was looking at? Sean Bennett, no improvement, stays at 60%, but does have potential. Ermino, only up to 44. Barta is almost there at 82%. Banajek, no change. Dang. Okay, so I have 60 points here at the start of August. Now, let's see, August through October. Okay, so where to begin? Going after the big guys could be something. I'd like to start ultimately with Evenepoel. However, if they've changed the format at all, I'd like to see that before jumping into my most important current rider. And I don't want to jump straight into Cantor, as it could be a difficult sign. So let's go for a little bit more of a slam dunk. Either Barta or Owen. Owen's the most important American rider we have in terms of popularity, so maybe we open our account with William Barta, who I'd definitely like to get re-signed, as long as he doesn't ask for a ridiculous sum of money. Okay. He was making $2,500 a month. Hopefully he's not looking for a big increase. Potential is somewhere between acceptable and excellent. 23 years of age. And a puncher. Okay, at this point, we have $125,000 to spend. We are spending $15,000 on riders. Staff is still something I can tweak, as I have quite a few staff members under contract, but I could change that. We have a lot of change though. 100,000. Are you sure you want to open talks with William Barta? 2 points will be spent and cannot be recovered afterwards, even if there is no signature. Ta-da! This looks the same. It's an attractive team. That interest part changes. I actually like that. So this works the same. You were just boosting your interest through those dossiers. And I thought that could be what that was about. And that does appear to be the case. Now, he does seem to want an increase in salary. And let's see. Let's go for a 3-year. You were definitely not a leader, though. Could be an important writer for us, though. So we'll try that. No feedback on any of those. He's got some patience. I'm wondering about that salary. That's acceptable. I don't want to boost that necessarily. Let's give that offer and see where we're at. Okay, so the length is good, the role is good, he's happy with those, but we're only at 75%. That interest could have been better. The salary, he wants more. By the way, look at how much that one writer getting signed would boost our team index. Currently, of course. I don't want to give him any more than about 6,000 though, so he better be happy with this. Oh my goodness. Do I want to spend 6,800 on William Barta? You know what? He's in his 70s and it's a 3-year deal. There you go. Okay. That's one. That's one signed. Count open and running. Let's get Logan Owen going. Nice, cheap, and easy. Alright. It's already ideal for him. That's good. He's looking for 6,800. He's at that same. And reputation still not great. Absolute sprinter. No. Important writer. And let's get into that. Let's try 63. Oof. Oh, length. Hello. Yeah. Let's go for a 3-year deal. Not happy with the role though. We could be a leader, just not an absolute leader. Just means he's gonna be not so happy. Salary, that'll take care of that. There we go. Got him. That's 2. So Owen and Barta. I'm gonna start keeping notes for myself here. So we're ready to go. Okay. Ermino, maybe the next way to go. Try to handle my re-signings first. Ouch, 8,000? He's already at district reputation. Young, just the time trialist. Not so happy with that salary. That's it's an awful lot. And you want absolute leader? Not a freaking chance. How about important writer? Low patience here. And I don't think we're going to be re-signing Ermino. 8,000 is already excessive. That is very excessive. Especially for a guy who is time trial only. We'll come back to him. But I think he might be out. Gino Mater. Good potential, 22. Current contract is 4,500. Ooh, I like that. I would love to sign you long term. And a leader? Yes. Okay. Okay, yeah, we'll get him signed. It's probably going to take 46, though. Maybe a little more than that. We'll try 51. He's got the patience. Okay, one more will definitely do it. There you go. 5,600. That is acceptable for Gino Mater. Cheapest so far. Hermano, though. No, not happening with him. Plenty to spend. Still plenty to spend. So, that is Gino Mater confirmed. And that's 2 of the 3 that I really wanted back, plus the one that I was okay with, one of the ones I was okay with getting back. So it's not a bad start. Now, Miguel Bryan. He's one that if it's cheap enough, I want to bring him back. That's the main reason why it's if cheap enough. Now, right now I'm kind of lacking in sprint team, so he's a good lead out guy for me. He's making 3,000 right now. Okay, we're looking like probably still on the cheap end. So I'm okay signing him for, well, three years cheap. I'm okay with that. For a decent lead out guy, sure. I want to try luxury teammate. See what we get out of that. And let's try 3,000. Okay, does not like the luxury teammate. Let's put him up to important rider. Hopefully we'll make that yellow at least. And he's happy with the salary actually. So it's really just, well, let's go sprinter. And a small pay bump will push that over the top. 3,500. And there you go. That's cheap. That's Brian signed. Okay, Banijek is another don't necessarily need back, but if it's cheap enough, we'll take him. We're going to start with a little bit of a negative here. But we're making progress. 3,500 is what he's making now. This is the main reason for the I'm okay if we don't get it back. And it's the same thing here. Lead out, sprint kind of guy. So let's see. And it's cheap enough to get after him. Team holds no interest for me. Ouch. Painful. Painful 3-year deal because you're only 21. No, definitely not a leader. But let's put that at sprinter. And we'll keep this low and see how we're looking. Okay, not a fan of the salary. Still not a fan of the salary at all. We're already starting to push our luck, and that's not going up much. He really wants to get paid, and this is as high as I'm going. If he doesn't sign for that, and I have a feeling he won't, I have a feeling we're going to be over 90 but not higher, and I'm correct. So no Banishek. He wanted too much money, and that is completely understandable. So we're going to have to get after some other guys to replace him. And Ermino, we still have a chance if we want to spend. But I don't want to do that day one. Okay, Cantor. Now this is our top sprinter. He is one I'd like to get back. But what about iKing? Take a look at iKing here first. I did not open a dossier on him, but he was on my list of I'd like to have him back if things worked out. Now, currently he's making 4,000, low potential. That's kind of the main reason why. It's good for classics. 2 points. I can spare 2 points. Alright, so we're looking at... Wow, he's already on that end. 2-year deal is fine. Leader, sure, because on classics you would be. Oh yeah, I don't think this is happening. I think 6,800 is the most I'm willing to... Yeah, nope. He's out. Okay, so iKing's out. Definitely not going back into talks there. Ermino, we might bump up the price depending on how other things go, but yeah, no, Iking is definitely out. There you go. So we're at 46 now, and we have next up, I suppose, on Decanter. Okay. Decent potential. Currently making 4,000, only 21. Is definitely our sprinter right now. I would like to get him re-signed. 7 points is a little much, and he's looking for a pretty hefty salary. He better take a 3-year. Yes, absolute sprinter. That's your role. I have a feeling we're gonna have to pay him fairly handsomely. I am willing to go above 10, but how far above are we gonna have to go? That is quite the payday he's gonna require. That barely bumped him up. This whole lack of interest thing is painful. Sepkus territory. I think we're going to have to let our sprinter go, and that really hurts because we're also losing Banishek. Which means we're going to need a new sprinter. $13,400. I don't think he's going to sign. No. Yeah, that's way too much money. He's not worth that. His potential is only moderate, so Cantor is out. Ouch! Painful. Painful. Okay. Now, here's our must sign. I've got to be willing to cough up some cash for him big time. Very, very high potential. Grand champion potential, possibly. Resistance is already quite high. He's had quite a few wins for us this season. He's finished well in many, many races. Here we go. Here we go. Moment of truth. Holy cow, that's a lot of money he wants already. 3 years for sure. He's only 19. Absolute leader, definitely. Oh, low patience. Oh my goodness. Moderately attractive. So let's start at 18. Okay, we're close. Oh man, I'm not one more click, last chance, please, oh please, please. Oh, okay, 23.4. That hurts. That is a fifth of our budget almost. Fifth of our budget. That's how you move up. That is how you move up. Okay, now, we have the big guys to get after still. And at this point, budget-wise, I might only be getting one of them, maybe two. Definitely can't afford all three, that's for certain. Trenton is the current best quality. Mateo is the best potential. He or Philipson. Let's see. What's the difference between them? A 4.7. 5.8 for Philipson. And sprinter, and I'm losing my sprinter. Okay. Okay, let's start with Philipson then. He was already making 21. Oh yeah, okay. Hey, we're looking good. Absolute sprinter. Start at 20. Low patience. Start at 21. Oh man. 26. Oh, that is so close. We got this. We've got this. 27. That is a bit much, but this is what it's going to take to get to that next level. Half that budget, almost half that budget going to him and Evenable, and we'll have to see where we're at. There you go. We got him. We got Jasper Philipson. Okay. Now I'm going to need to kind of calculate where we're at, what kind of budget we have left right now before we continue on going after those cheaper guys to help fill out the team. Alright, so we move on. I need one more American rider. Sean Bennett came back with a pretty good report, just 23 years of age, a 71. Currently a puncher. Resistance is decent. I'd like it to be a little bit better, but as we need somebody, you don't have as much to choose from in the U.S. So let's go ahead and contact Sean Bennett here. And I have also gone ahead and signed all of those guys. I also fired a couple staff members, so we're looking at a remaining budget of $30,000 right now. I could still potentially fire 2 staff members. It's 1 scout, 1 doctor that are signed up for next year to save another $6,000. But as I still have some holes to fill, I'll hold off on that for now, depending on kind of where we go. Iking is definitely out, so I'm not worried about that. Ermino is still a potential, and 8,000 was not enough, so we'd have to go up a little bit higher to sign him at about 9,000. And still not sure I want to spend that kind of money on him. So we'll have 25 points remaining here, and yeah, that's looking like a pretty healthy option. So puncher, not leader. Let's go with important rider. He's got some patience. Interest is not that high, so I know we're going to have to pay more than this. Let's start at 5,400. And that gets us close. The important rider, I could turn him into a leader. Just means he won't be as happy, but if he signed for 3 years, I mean, come on. And then boost the salary a little bit. Let's see where we're at. Okay. Yeah, I can afford 6,400. That's not that bad for this guy, especially when he'll improve. Okay, there you go. So Sean Bennett added to the fold, and now we have our contingency of American riders to please the sponsors. Sepp Kuss out, Sean Bennett in. That's a 72 average out with a 71 coming in, but Kuss had no potential. Bennett's got plenty of potential. Kuss, mountain rating, Bennett the hills rating. I'd rather have Kuss, but he was already at 12,000. Was not interested, was not going to develop, was going to want a big payday, so we're saving money. Alright, so Bennett is in. And that takes care of the American group. Let's go ahead and finalize that deal as well. There we go. Sean Bennett. Confirm. And let's go ahead and clear some of this out. Yes. We're into that. There we go. Alright. Back to the list, and let's see what is next. We still have some money to spend. Here's how the team is now looking. So Jasper Philipson coming in as the big guy. Evenable, big promotion for him. Much higher salary than what he was earning. But it's definitely going to be worth it. Arveus, I like that he is still pretty low on the earning table. You see McNulty as well. Sean Bennett coming in. Barta accepting the important rider role, even though he's a 71. That's still not much. That is still not much in terms of what we have for the team. So I'm going to take a minute to look through and see what holes ultimately need to be filled with the team for next year. All right, so after some analysis with the riders out, the riders in, what's left to fill within the team to keep the same capabilities going into next season, I discovered that I need a lead-out sprinter. I need somebody capable to at least provide protection in the mountains. I could use another punchy guy, but don't necessarily need one. I could definitely still use somebody capable in the time trial, like Ermino, and he's still a possibility to go back to. It's just the salary concerns. And then I definitely need somebody who's capable of getting over the classics and providing protection to a team leader there, as some occasional race or stage or sponsor objective does include that. Not that we do it very often. Looking at the guys that I included on the list here, besides Bennett, who we've already signed, Philipson, and not getting into our top end guys yet, what we have is our long-term scout project from this last season, 18 years old, Rayner, not signed with anyone yet, already has a little bit of a reputation. Classics guy. Cobble. Good resistance, not a great rating yet, but he's got really good potential. So let's start with him. 2 points. Surprisingly wants to get paid. More than I expected. I mean, yes, he's a 72. Didn't expect that. Did not expect that type of compensation package for this guy, who was going to be an important rider. A lot of patience. Let's see where he's at with... I don't think we're going to be signing this guy. It's not... No, it's not going to be him. It is not going to be him. So Rayner will not be signed. Okay, the next one, Willems, too low on the potential, but these three guys, they're there. They were cheap, for the most part, favorable. Felchi, that's really annoying that he's 5% away, and that's not a high level of interest. I'm like 95% certain I want to ride for you. So I'm going to negotiate in a rough sort of way. Apparently you got to hit 100. And that's the only acceptable, yes, I'd love to ride for you option. So Gaudry is going to give us the option of being a lead-out sprinter. And it looks like he's willing to sign for cheap. And at 26 with some decent potential. No, you are not. But we can put you as a luxury teammate and see how that goes. There you go. Hey, right off the bat, signed. Good. That's what I needed. So we got Gaudry. So that takes care of the lead-out concern. Felchi. Again, pretty good potential. Puncher, not great at this point, but you can see that Felchi actually capable mountain and hills. Resistance is okay. This is a good support rider and a young rider who's going to develop. So I would like to sign him on for a good long while. And yes. So 3 years. No, you are not an absolute leader. Let's go with luxury teammate to try. Anyway, good patience. Ouch. Okay, he wants definitely more than that. So we'll put him as an important rider. And we'll bump the salary. Okay, there's a big boost. Now, the roll is still not favorable, but I'd rather pay him a little bit more. And go from there. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so we've got Felchi, 4,000. That's not bad. That is not bad. And now, here's the one that's not as important because we're looking at a punchy guy. This one... not a big necessity, but he is interested. He's got potential. His resistance is really bad, so he's more of kind of a lead out. If we're doing sprint train style, he's like first guy going, hard charge, but short term, won't last. Not a region we need, but he's got a little bit of a reputation starting out. He's not going to win anything himself, but for only 1 point, we'll give it a shot. Let's go for the 3 years because he does have the potential. We'll do luxury teammate. And that almost was enough. So, small pay bump. There you go, 3,000. Yeah, that's okay. So let's get back out here. Sign these three guys. So we got them signed. Now, currently, 21st is ranking, so that's Continental Pro, but that does not mean that we are set in stone on that because, well, it's August 1st. None of the other riders are signed yet. Peter Sagan is out there. TJ Van Gardner is out there as we're looking at just the American list at the moment. But there's the current squad as of right now. And like I said, I have 2 holes to fill. Time trial and cobble rating. We're starting to run out of money, but it's not gone just yet. So, we are now on to all we have left from this list, which we have 19 points, by the way, is Mateo or Trenton. That's 20 points, and we only have 19 to try to sign both. So, we'd really be looking at 1, and we'd have a punchy guy in Mateo, but he's also very capable in the hills, and will definitely develop. Or you have your already current strong rider in Mateo Trenton, and here's the problem with that. Cobble guy. I'm not necessarily a cobble 1. He's already 29. He's probably going to ask for a huge payday, and I don't think that we're going to be able to afford whatever he comes up with. Now, he could certainly punch, and that's something, but he's only a 74 in that department. Very capable as a sprinter, 77, but we did sign Jasper Philipson. So I think Trenton is out. Mateo, what's he going to offer? He's going to be mountain or hills. He would certainly replace Koos in that department with the same mountain rating. More of a Barradur type, though, and that means nothing when you're running the races. Okay in a sprint. Okay resistance. Again, not so sure, but that's all looking at potentially boosting us right to that next level. The for sure Continental Pro. Maybe just squeaking in, but I don't think. If we're only at 21st now, 1 more rider would not bump us up high enough. It might put us at 17, 18 for now, but it would certainly bump us down over time. So the limited amount of money that we have left is probably going to put those kind of guys out of reach. So maybe what I need to do is go ahead and move forward from August 1st, reevaluate as the market begins to thin ever so slightly, and then look for that time trial or cobble guy. In terms of Ermino, we're already in negotiations with him right now at the 8,000 mark. Not happy with the role or the salary after 1, and that's a long ways to cover. The role would certainly help. I could make him a leader, sure. And that could pick up about 25 points, but I think we're looking at something like 10,000 for what he's looking for, and we only have 14 right now. So that would just about use it up just to re-sign him. And really, he's just a time trialist. He's had 1 victory this season. I I don't think I'm willing to go there. Don't think I'm willing to spend that. I'd rather spend that $14,000 elsewhere. In a pinch, I could turn that into $20,000 by firing those 2 staff members. But otherwise, we are getting pretty close to the end here. And I think I'd rather spend that money diversifying out a little bit than spend it all in this one place for a writer I don't necessarily need to have. But that's how the team's looking at this point. So sorry we only got one stage in today, but this is that biggest day of the year. It really is, because you set that tone for next season. So 2 huge victories. We bring in Jasper Philipson, replacing Max Cantor. So not a massive upgrade, but certainly an upgrade. And we keep Remco Evenepoel as our team leader going forward. We've still got a little money to play with. We still have 1 or 2 holes to fill. But otherwise, we've got our team for next season. And we'll take one final look to see where we are in the mix. And you can see we're going from a 2.5-star team to a 3-star team. Right now, still Continental, but I would definitely think that we are going to be Continental Pro filler for next year. But you can see profile is very, very similar. We're a little bit stronger in the sprint now with Philipson. We're slightly weaker in GC and time trial. That's the loss of Koos. That's the loss of Ermino. So still a little work to do. We'll see what we can do to fill that void. What void to fill? Maybe we can get another rider in the 72 type range to replace Sepp Kuss, who's decent in the time trial at least, and then has GC capabilities, so maybe a decent mountain rating. But that's going to do it for this episode. I'm Decathlon Gamer, and remember, I'm aiming for the best of the best. So if you're ready to join me on my journey, hit subscribe and tune in next time on my Road to the Record. Bye for now.